All right, friends, we're back with another Blaha video. Oh my God, it's on avocados, dude. So we're gonna react to the gym lifting, recruiting, fitness, gear slaves video. Blaha says avocados are a superfood for lifters and will help you live longer. They are not a superfood. They will not make you live longer. They will shorten your lifespan. They're filled with, they're a very high oxalate food. They've got persin in there, a fungicidal thing in there called persin. They could be high. You call it calorically. They'll make you fat. They'll do a lot of bad things to you, dude. Oxalates are horrendously bad for you. They'll destroy you from the inside out.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here with Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and today I want to chat with you guys and gals about avocados, one of my favorite foods for athletes and lifters. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below and drop me.
It is terrible if you're eating avocados as a lifter. I'm not joking. If I look, man, this is just based on my facts and my okay. This is based on facts in my opinion. You as a lifter, you definitely do not want to eat avocados. Okay, dude? Just don't eat them. Stay away from them. Stay far away from them. They're high in oxalates. Trust me, I'm still oxalate dumping to this day. And I don't eat any fruits or vegetables, bro. I just eat meat. So I'm telling you, I'm oxalate dumping over 2.5 years later, eating meat. I'm oxalate dumping. It's crazy. It keeps coming out. It's kind of painful too. So that's the amount of oxalates you'll accumulate these crystals called oxalates in your system. It's very bad for you. Trust me, you don't want that. That's another reason why you don't want to eat fucking plants. Stay away from this shit. It's like little pieces of glass cutting you up inside your body. That's what it is. And when you pee them out, and some of them are left in your penis or whatever, man, you're gonna feel a lot of pain. You're gonna want the rest to come out. You're gonna like chug down water like crazy. Trust me, it's gonna be hard to walk because it's gonna feel painful. In the back of your mind, you're not gonna know what it is. You're probably gonna think you got some sexual disease or something. Meanwhile, you can literally see when you pee, it'll stream out. It'll look kind of yellowishy, crystally, like sand, very dark. A very dark yellowishy crystally sand color when it comes out. So yeah, be wary, man. Oxalate dumping. A lot of people get it once they start eating meat. They get off the slave food diet.
Comment, I would appreciate it so much. Thank you. Let's get over to the topic. The people who see my grocery shopping, they see my meals, other than in periods where I'm doing extremely low fat.
Yeah, we've seen his basket. It's in my community section. It's all garbage all the time. Didn't even buy meat the last basket. All he did was buy, I think he had enough in his food stamps. He had enough to buy, what was it? Yogurt. That's the best he could do, some dairy yogurt as protein. The rest was all like slave food diet slop to domesticate himself nice and beautiful here. This beautiful body, domesticated body that he's created. Yeah. This is domestication right here. Again, that's why people take steroids. Their bodies have become domesticated, eating a domesticated slop diet. And so you're all complaining and upset because you want to look good. So what do? You take steroids to fake the look. Get it? To fake that look, what you would probably look like out in nature. But you're not living out in nature, and you're not even living like you would eating like you would out in nature. You're not eating your raw animal diet to have that body. So you are going to the gym to do what exactly on a slave food diet? Try this domesticating slave food diet to try to reverse it by lifting weights? That's not going to do it. You have to be insane. Look at Blaha. Is his body changing? He's a domesticated animal. Look at him. Eating a slave food diet and lifting weights. Did it change anything here in his body? No, it made it worse. It just keeps him looking like a domesticated old dude.
I'm a big fan of avocados.
Look at him pretend.
Right?
Look at him flare his arms and try to pretend. This is domestication. The hair loss, the pumpkin head, and the funny body. This feminized body.
And it doesn't matter whether I'm doing a higher carb or even when I was messing a little with lower carb approaches in the past.
See, higher carb, lower carb, what are carbs going to do to you? Domesticate you. They're going to domesticate you. That's what they're going to do.
Avocados tend to be a staple for me. Now, I will point out, some people say, well, they're expensive where I live. I want people to understand most of my audience is in the United States. Avocados are priced really well here because they're mostly grown on this continent. They're locally available.
Yeah, they push that. They're pushing it more than ever, the avocado diet, especially when it comes around to the Super Bowl. They want people to consume that shit like crazy. It's all business to them. They don't care. But it's domesticating you even further. It also will put weight on your body. You'll get fat eating avocados. That's all they'll do. They'll domesticate you by making you fat. Get it?
They're very inexpensive where I live. So context, over 80% of my followers, whether it's the tubes or Facebook, are in the United States. So we always need a context for that in these conversations. Sure. And I get it from a socioeconomic perspective.
He gets it.
They may not be an option where you live, but you have other things that can be, similar type foods, olives, I suppose, or things like that. But avocados, they're
forget olives, man.
So easy to prepare and cook with. And the thing is, when you start looking at a variety of studies on them, before we start looking at the individual benefits and why I like them for lifters, you start looking at a variety of studies. Like when type 2 diabetics are given avocados, they generally have better glucose control, right? You see improved insulin sensitivity, okay? Right? Especially when they replace some of their carbohydrate with it. And keep in mind, I'm a big fan of high carbohydrate diets, right? Particularly fibrous carbs, right? Man, I'm a big fan.
Of course he is. He's a big fan of human domestication, so he would be a huge fan of carbohydrates, which domesticate you, yes.
And the sweet potatoes and brown rice and all that. We all know that.
Yeah, the sweet potatoes, the brown rice, that's what we feed to boars, so we can domesticate them into pigs. Yeah.
These are big staple foods for me.
Yeah, keep going to the gym, thinking that the weight is going to restore you back to your natural physical look. Meanwhile, you're eating a slave food diet, get it? Which domesticates you, yeah.
On that topic, I'm a
Try to lose weight on these foods. I know. I'm going to lower calories. You're going to eat 1,000 calories, yes. Starve yourself on a slave food diet, okay.
Massive avocado fan. And again, it has to do with what's in them. The same thing, you start digging through studies on lipid profiles, cardiovascular risk, right? Avocados being a healthy fat tend to lower LDL, just like adding...
If he really is on TRT, that's probably the only thing that's saving him from completely being destroyed and domesticated. His physique would probably be completely shitty without the TRT. Can you imagine without the TRT be completely kaput? But that's okay. You take TRT and keep eating the slave food diet. Yeah, okay.
One a day to people's diet reduces LDL. And it being a healthier fat, it can raise HDL, although the trend is generally the lowering of LDL. You see where we're going from a health perspective? This is before we get into why we might want it as lifters and athletes. But when you're just looking at the health perspective, it's a solid whole food with a great nutrition profile. And when it's looked at in the lab, it improves insulin sensitivity and glycemic control in diabetics. People with cardiovascular risk, it improves their lipid profile. Okay, so if we're seeing a food do these things, what do we know? This is a really good food for metabolic health. Okay, and anything that's good for metabolic health, as you can imagine, probably good for lifters, because metabolic health is
not good for metabolic health. It'll make you fat. And it's got persin in it, and it's full of oxalates. There's all kinds of toxins in there, dude. All right, and the oxalates will destroy you. It's just shit. It'll domesticate you. That's what avocados will do. They will domesticate you. They'll do the opposite what you're trying to accomplish.
It's a big part of the muscle growth process, particularly lean muscle growth. Okay, particularly lean muscle growth. So what's going on with it? What is it that it's comprised of? Because it's not really a great source of protein. So what are we looking for? Well, step back and think about what's in it. All right, biggest chunk of the calories come from monounsaturated fats, because it's oleic acid, okay? Same thing found in extra virgin olive oil. Now you see where we're about to go with this? It is extra virgin if it's an avocado. Like even if you take a fresh avocado and you do cook it into some stuff, man, we're still pretty much unbroken down, right? Unless you cooked it a really long time, this is still pretty much just like extra virgin olive oil in terms of that quality fat. And I think we all understand.
The medical AI revolution hasn't arrived yet.
We didn't have any of that quality fat. And I think we all understand.
The olive oil, that quality of fat, what?
Move us in this regard. Look at the Mediterranean diet, known for extreme longevity health benefits. It's very rich in oleic acid. Okay, and we know that particular fat is really beneficial to humans, right? This is definitely a healthy fat. And what's interesting, you see people on all ends, even all the different fringe diet people all kind of agree that this particular fat is good. Even the keto, how many of the hardcore keto people even are like, dude, avocados, olive oil, like they'll even admit, look, this is definitely a healthy fat. Like we almost no one disagrees. The vegans, oh, this is a super healthy fat. Mainstream cardiologists, well, look at the data, this is fantastic, right? Everybody loves this. Well, and they love the extra virgin olive.
Everybody loves this. Everybody loves this. Were they conditioned to love it? I don't know. Probably. They're being conditioned more and more to love these foods that will domesticate them. Keeping a weak population, a dumb weak population, is easier to rule than ruling a population that is intelligent, built, and strong, that can defend themselves. Why would you want a population like that? America is a divided country. That's why they have two parties. They've convinced you that a one party is dictatorship, but meanwhile they have two parties because it's split. America is consistently split. You have Democrats and Republicans, so it's a split country. That's why they're against each other. They have you against each other because of the parties that are running the country. You understand? But they'll convince you that, oh, these countries that have a dictatorship, it's terrible, it's horrible. I don't know if it's horrible or terrible. Is it? Look at China. They have a so-called, they say dictatorship, right? I don't know. They have one government. Is it really bad in China right now for them? Is it really bad for people there? The police don't carry guns. There's no police at night there. There's no cars running around, police cars running down the street, flashing lights or anything like that. There's nothing going on there. Oh, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. The country's very divided. It can be very unsafe. Why is it unsafe? Because people are starving on these crazy diets, these artificial fake diets. They're starving, which have a propensity of committing more crimes. High estrogen in men makes them aggressive. They want to commit more crimes. They're starving because the diets they're on are starving people. What did you expect? So crime is up.
Oil, but think about the avocado is the exact same fat. Like it's the same.
Look, a well-fed people, why would they commit crimes if they're well-fed and well-nourished? They're busy, relaxing. They're well-fed, they're well-nourished. They're not going to commit crimes because they're not starving or hungry. And they're not dealing with like hormonal issues or anything like that, or, mental issues because of the hormonal issues and starving on a slave food, peasant, whatever, domesticating diet. Huh.
Fatty acid. When you look at it, so again, we look at different types of fat, like alpha-linoleic acid is alpha-linoleic acid, right? Doesn't matter where it comes from. Same thing with the oleic acid. And it's a rich source of it. So we have that, okay? Well, we know that that's going to improve things like insulin sensitivity. So as a lifter, do we want insulin sensitivity? Hell yeah, we do. Why? Insulin sensitivity is good for muscle growth. It's good for staying leaner. The higher your insulin sensitivity is, the more anabolic of a response.
Yeah, insulin sensitivity. You're just like throwing stuff around. Yeah, insulin sensitivity. You're going to be insulin sensitive if you're on your natural diet, okay? You'll be not sensitive if you're a domesticated animal.
You get from your food. Okay, you shop.
It doesn't want you to have muscles. They don't want you to have muscle. Your government, so they put you on that crazy diet. Get it?
Little nutrients into muscles easier with less insulin. This is a positive thing, right? Helps build muscle, helps with muscle recovery.
Think about it. Think about this. Think about this. So you join the military. What do they put you through? They put you through a series of what? These exercises, running and doing all these things. Why? Because you'd be able to do them easily if you grew up on a natural raw animal diet. You understand me? You'd have high testosterone, you'd be well built, you could do it automatically. But they gotta train you because you're being domesticated. So they have to train you on these things in the military to get you going. Because you're a domesticated fat animal running around. Yeah. So that's why. That's what happens. And some get more fatter than the others because they can't stop eating. They're so addicted. Their addiction is higher. And so they can't stop eating this slave food, addictive, domesticating diet.
No, we can't necessarily burn it as training fuel. You know, if our carb needs are met for that, we're generally okay. Okay?
Carbs are great for slaves to keep them working. And then it's like your car. You put in nitric oxide, drive it to the point where it's completely worn out, and then you got to toss it.
What else are we looking at with it? Well, the reduction of inflammation. This particular fat is mildly anti-inflammatory. Well, that's one of the reasons it's so good for heart health, reducing inflammation, right? Reduce inflammation in the arteries and everything. But what about muscles and tendons? Yeah. Better recovery. So this is one of the reasons I point out we need healthy fats. Improved recovery due to better insulin sensitivity, reducing inflammation. But what else is going on with it? It's high in fiber. Even though it's not particularly high in carbohydrate, it's a low carbohydrate food.
It's high in fiber. It's high in fiber, but you cannot digest fiber, and fiber is not protein.
Most of the carb is fiber. Avocados are super high in fiber.
Yeah, they're super high in fiber. That's another reason why you don't want to eat avocados, because they're super high in fiber. Fuck. They take up space when you eat meat, and they're anti-nutrient.
I think if people go check it out, they realize that 500 calories of avocado is a pretty significant, right? Pretty significant.
Yes, you're going to get nice and fat. Nice and fat.
Amount of fiber, and this adds up, right? It adds up.
Yeah, it adds up.
Not every child learns.
We're up to getting amounts that we know that we need for health. Now, I recommend a lot more, but even a lot of people
that we need for health, up amounts that we need for that. There's not healthy in there. There's nothing healthy. There's nothing you need there for health. Okay, there's no health. It'll destroy your health.
We're like, yeah, man. I mean, we're getting like 30 grams of fiber compared to milk.
Whatever
is king.
You don't need fiber. That's not protein.
But what else has it got going on? Potassium. There's over 400 milligrams of potassium in that same amount, you know?
So what? It's anti-nutrient. Who gives a shit? It's highly probably irradiated as well. These plants, I don't know the radiation level in avocados, but it's most likely just as high as any other plant.
So again, where are we at? You start eating 500-600 calories of it, we're approaching 2 grams of potassium.
So
okay?
what?
We need that potassium.
So what? Potassium is found in everything, even meat, okay?
It's critical for muscle hydration, critical for performance.
So what?
Rich in potassium.
So what?
Right? We're getting a lot of good stuff. All right, what about antioxidants? Vitamin C, vitamin E.
What about antioxidants? They're not useful in humans. They're used in plants to protect themselves.
Vitamin K. All right.
Whatever, more bullshit.
This is a big... It's hard to get. I mean, it's really easy to get all your vitamin C from broccoli. Okay? Super.
You get vitamin C in meat. There's vitamin C in meat in the proper amount. You don't need vitamin C. It's not even a necessity. Your body doesn't produce it for a reason. Shit.
Easy. Right? But how many foods out there have all three of those at once? It's a very, very few.
Look, if your body doesn't produce vitamin C, if vitamin C is found in everything, if it wasn't found in everything, then we'd be dead already. Get it? So vitamin C is found in just about every thing that's out there. Animal, plants, whatever, yada, 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 yada. Get it, dude? Who cares? It's not like you're not going to get vitamin C eating whatever it is you're eating. That's not what gives you scurvy. What gives you scurvy is an amino acid deficiency, especially when you're eating just plants, survival food. You will not make it on survival food called plants, which domesticate you. You can survive for a certain period of time until you die. It'll give you scurvy and you'll die.
Avocado is not as rich in vitamin C as some of these others, with that K and that E.
Oh, that K and that E. Right, yeah, sure.
See where we're about to go with that, man.
And we need that K and E. Why? We get that in meat already, automatically. So who gives a shit? Don't need it.
And that heart health in. But in terms
whatever.
of antioxidants, like all these, there's hundreds of different ones in it. But that vitamin E, it's very hard a lot of times on some healthy diets to get enough vitamin E. But we can get it real easy from
silly body of his.
Avocado. But what else is happening? It's full of healthy fats.
It's full of zero healthy fats. It'll make you fat. That's not healthy if it makes you fat.
Hey, what's the biggest?
Let me explain something to you. Any food that makes you fat is unhealthy for you. Animal products do not make you fat. They do not make you fat because they're healthy for you. Avocados make you put on weight. They make you fat. The fat makes you fat. So it's unhealthy for you.
Issue we run into with lower fats. So not only has it got all this vitamin E and vitamin K, it provides the mechanism for absorption.
Yeah, whatever. That's bullshit.
Amazing food for athletes and lifters.
Doesn't give you mechanisms for absorption because it's fiber. You can't absorb fiber.
You know, to help us with training recovery specifically. Your muscles, your tendons, your bones.
Yeah, that's not gonna recover your tendons, your muscles, and your bones. It's gonna make you weaker. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Don't you think about that? Like, subscribe, support the channel. Only meat makes your bones, ligaments, and tendons strong, and muscle.